what's up, Swag? You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy King Laura, aka KL Swag. Back here with a video, man. Shout out to my dog, Matt Be Great. The title is Deion Sanders is leaving Colorado. Yeah. He's leaving Colorado. I knew it. Let's get into it.
We tried to tell you that this man was going to the NFL, but you ain't listening. This got over 3,000 likes, and it's 100% facts. Colorado fan base will shrink overnight if this happens, and yeah, it will. Someone tagged the NCAA transfer portal and said, brace yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you having a great Sunday night. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. Man, oh man, we gotta say the whole intro for the one time sake. Another night, another prime time video. If you know, you know that is the signature intro for whenever we make a late night Coach Prime Deion Sanders Colorado video. I'm trying to think about it. When is the last time we've talked about, outside of Travis Hunter and that whole girlfriend situation, not gonna get into that, that's a different video for a different day, but outside of Travis Hunter, I can't remember the last time we talked about Coach Prime and this Colorado football team. It's had to have been around at least. I know it's been longer than 3 weeks, so we'll say around a month. I think it's more than safe to say that is a long hiatus to not talk about Deion Sanders in Colorado because they're extremely relevant in the college football world. And when I say relevant, I'm not talking about competing for a national championship. No. I'm talking about how Colorado is the best reality TV show out there. What Coach Prime has done for that Colorado football program monetarily is out of this world, and it's something they couldn't have dreamt about, especially the way they looked a couple of years ago. I don't think enough people talk about how Coach Prime, when he took over this 1-11 Colorado football team, he instantly sold out all the tickets. The season tickets, they were gone just like that within a snap of a finger. He also generated Colorado a ton of money when it comes to merchandise sales, and the list goes on and on and on. People don't even talk about this enough. When you get more people to come to your football games, it also means you can charge more money for parking. What else can you charge more money for? Concession stand sales, and the list goes on and on and on. You get the point. From day one, monetarily, Coach Prime, he's done a heck of a job there. But not just monetarily, off the field, on the field. And I gotta set down my drink and kind of a weak clap, but man, you gotta clap it up. He's done I don't even know what word I'd throw in there. Not a heck of a job. It's really out of this world job. He almost led Colorado to the playoffs in year number 2. I want you to think about that. The playoffs. They were one upset away from making that Big 12 championship, and I know the BYUs wound up crushing them, but I'm not really here to talk about that too much. All in all, it was still a great season, but here's where things, they start to get interesting. Coach Prime's kids, Shiloh Sanders and Shedeur Sanders, they're heading to the NFL draft. Their college career, it's over. This isn't my opinion or anything. This has been well documented. Coach Prime has even stated this himself. A main reason he got into coaching is because he wanted to coach his kids. Do you think it's a coinky doink? He coached his kids in high school. He coached them at Jackson State, and now he coached them at Colorado. No. I share that with you to say this. Leads me into my next topic perfectly. There has been a narrative going around the past couple of years, especially whenever he took that Colorado job. Once Shedeur Sanders and Shiloh leaves, he'll probably be leaving as well. Maybe that is some brand new information or knowledge to some of you watching this video, but if you've been keeping up with Colorado and Coach Prime, you've had to hear that at least once or twice. And it looks like, according to some reports, that may be happening.
And to be honest, I'm not shocked, bro. I am not shocked, bro. I see it happening, bro. I see him trying to be a head coach, at a team that, Shedeur gets, drafted to or whatever like that. It's possible. It can happen. Deion Sanders is one of the legends in the NFL, one of the best corners in the NFL that ever played. He played everything, baseball, everything, man. So I'm not gonna lie, he's tied in. He's locked in. With the NFL and stuff like that. I definitely see that, him leaving Colorado and going to the NFL and being a head coach. I definitely see it, and I definitely see that the team could be successful. Some people saying Raiders, some people saying Cowboys. Bro, it can happen. It can happen.
As to when I'm speaking to make this video, let me make this exponentially clear. This is a developing story. If you want to label it as a rumor, that's fine as well. Don't got a problem with that. Do as you please with this information.
But it is hard. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what team or whatever or how this is even gonna work out. But I know for a fact that he is leaving Colorado. You know, he's not staying there. You know, and he did a lot for Colorado, bro. Like, who the hell knew about Colorado? Y'all was trash. You know, so Colorado fans, y'all can't get mad or anything like that. At the end of the day, it's business. I'll leave y'all too. You know, you pay me. First of all, no one didn't care about Colorado until Deion Sanders got there. No one cared about damn Jackson State till he got there, and then he made y'all hella money there. Colorado made y'all hella money there. Y'all had celebrities there and everything, you know. So at the end of the day, nobody should not get mad at Deion Sanders for leaving and going with his kids to wherever they going. Because at the end of the day, y'all made millions and millions of dollars, you know, with, you know, Shiloh there, Shador there, you know, the celebrities coming there and stuff like that. Like, come on. Oh my gosh. Tickets, concession, bro. Oh my God. Like Matt B. Great said, even parking.
Present to you. I am the messenger. I don't come up with this stuff. I just report on the news. It's being stated right here, as you can see. Deion Sanders has very strong interest in the Las Vegas Raiders head coach opening. What's even more interesting is recently in the interview on Good Morning America, Coach Prime stated, and I quote, "The only way I would consider referring to coaching the NFL is to coach my sons." Huh. Interesting. Really interesting at that. Let's check out some of these comments. We tried to tell you that this man was going to the NFL, but you ain't listening. Yeah, there's been a lot of people saying that it was going to happen, and even with this report coming out, it doesn't mean it's going to. I don't think he's ready to jump to the NFL. Yes, he's improved Colorado, but he hasn't done enough in 2 seasons to warrant a head coaching job with the NFL.
You sound dumb as hell. Whoever you are, you sound dumb as hell. He can definitely do that. He can definitely coach an NFL team. If you could coach a college team, you could coach an NFL team, and he played in the NFL for years. So you sound dumb, you know.
Coach Prime isn't going anywhere. The Raiders are going to hire Ben Johnson. I've heard that as well. And Shador is going to go to Tennessee or the Giants, somewhere like that. They
did say he's going to the Tennessee Titans. Either Tennessee Titans or the Giants. But, hey, Raiders don't got nobody either, though.
There's a punctuation. Well, what is this? They took what he said on GMA and other shows and ran with it. If you listen, Coach Prime will tell you what he's going to do. To attest to his point, although he wrote like 3 run-on sentences here, yeah, I've heard that Ben Johnson, he's probably going to get the job with the Raiders. But to debunk this argument, you do know the Raiders, I think they have, what is it, the 6th overall pick. We'll take a look at that in just a second. They can trade up. Didn't the Panthers only a couple years ago had the 9th pick and they traded up to 1? This guy wrote this comment acting like it's not in the realm of possibility that the Raiders couldn't get that number 1, number 2, number 3 overall pick. This is nothing more than to get his contract at Colorado to 10 M's versus 7 to 8. He has to show some sort of power, etc. He isn't leaving Colorado yet, and I agree with that. And I personally, it's just me, I don't think he's leaving Colorado. And that is a great point. It's like a power play, or some people like to say, using his leverage. You might as well entertain the idea of going to the NFL, because then you go back to Colorado and say, hey, these teams are giving me some offers, so if you want me to stay, you might need to bump up my contract. A lot of people do this in the business world, even if you have no intent of going to the NFL. Like I said, just use some leverage and get more money at Colorado, because look, you're going to be staying there anyway, so might as well try to finesse a couple more M's. This got over 3,000 likes, and it's 100% facts. Colorado fan base will shrink overnight if this happens, and yeah, it will. This isn't no secret. I've been telling people this is day one. There's not really Colorado football fans out here. It's Coach Prime fans, and there's nothing wrong with that. These Coach Prime fans are going to go wherever he goes, but as soon as he leaves Colorado, it's going to go back to be some irrelevant program. The games are going to have like 20%, 30% attended. It's going to be bad. Let's get one thing straight. Colorado is only relevant because of Coach Prime. That's it, period, the end. But let me ask you another question. Is that a shocking or polarizing statement from your boy Matt? It shouldn't be. I know we got a couple of Colorado football fans out there that have been fans before the Deion Sanders era, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. Someone tagged the NCAA transfer portal and said, brace yourself. I didn't even think about that. If Coach Prime leaves Colorado, whew, I mean, you're talking about potentially, and I'm not even exaggerating, 50 Colorado players are going to leave. It's going to be just like when they hired Coach Prime. He brought in about 50 to 60 players, and they'd have about 50 or 60 leave. Let's talk about this, though, because I see a lot of people saying this, and I know a bunch of you are going to be saying it in this comment section. Well, Matt, if Shador Sanders goes number 1 and the Raiders don't have the number 1 overall pick, which they don't, Well, how is Coach Prime going to coach Shadur Sanders? Number one, Shadur Sanders isn't locked to go to the Tennessee Titans, who, by the way, have the #1 overall pick. Number two, I've seen multiple people state that these NFL teams, they don't have Shadur Sanders extremely high on the draft board like some other teams and like some other people do. Now, I don't know why they wouldn't, because I love Shadur Sanders' game, but different conversation for a different day with that as well. And number three, the Raiders, they can always trade up. Let's say, theoretically speaking, for the sake of this video, they hire Coach Prime, and Coach Prime wants Shadur Sanders, which obviously, he won't. That's the main reason he'd be taking the job. He would do everything in his power to get that #1 overall pick. But even if that doesn't happen, there's still a possibility the Raiders could get Shadur Sanders. Here's the draft order as where it stands right now. Tennessee Titans got the #1 overall pick. They would more likely be taking a quarterback. At number two, you got the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns is the stupidest franchise in all the NFL. Who knows what they're going to do? They got...
And I heard that we would have got the first round pick or something like that, but the only reason why we did it is because of Joe Milton. Joe Milton played good versus the Bills in that game. We won that game versus the Bills. So that kind of messes up, but it is what it is, bro. I mean, I don't know.
Deshaun Watson, they got that stupid contract, and yeah, they're reaping what they sowed there. Apparently, Deshaun Watson may not even play next year. Who knows? Number three, the Giants. Yeah, they're going to be taking the quarterback to the Patriots. I don't know what they do. We know for sure, though, that the Jaguars, they will not be taking the quarterback because they got Trevor Lawrence. I say that to say this. It's not some crazy idea that Shadur could fall to number 6 to the Raiders. That could most definitely happen. It's not like the Raiders got the 15th pick. We're talking about the 6th pick. Here's my 2 cents on all of this. I have an extremely hard time believing, even for a split second, that Coach Prime is going to leave Colorado, and it's for this one reason and one reason only. I'm not trying to discredit or disrespect any of the other players Coach Prime has recruited, but Julian Lewis. I don't believe Coach Prime would have convinced and got Julian Lewis to come to Colorado if he intended on leaving anytime soon. And I also know they got the Caden Salter guy, but Julian Lewis is more like the next man up, because Salter, he's only going to be playing for one season. And I could be wrong, but guys, I just don't see this happening. But, and I have an astronomical big but, I will say this. He will eventually leave Colorado. And when I say eventually, I do not mean in like 15, 10 years. No. I'm talking about within the next 4 to 5 years. And I know you're sitting there saying, well, Matt, why do you say that? It's because he has nothing left to prove. He already accomplished really everything he wanted to with this season. He proved he could bring Colorado back from the dead. And plus, too, I feel like he wants to enjoy retirement and go to the NFL games and watch Shadur Sanders play. He loves coaching these young men. Don't get it twisted. But the one thing he loves more than that is supporting his sons. And I want you to think about this. If he's coaching Colorado football, he's not going to be able to go to all Shadur Sanders games when he's playing on Sundays. He may miss the first year or two, but when it gets to the point where Shadur Sanders is a proven starter, and this is all hypothetically speaking, and he's leading his team to the playoffs if that does happen, you know Coach Prime is not going to want to miss that. As where it stands right now, I would say the chances of Coach Prime going to the NFL, it's below 2 for me. We'll just say 1%. It is a teeny, and I mean a teeny tiny chance. Maybe some of you feel differently, though. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts down below about that.
Hey, man, we gonna find out. And we ain't hard to find.